Hello and welcome. Today, I want you to imagine you're a product manager at a fast-moving tech company. You've got a brilliant idea for an AI-powered feature, and you want to see it in action, fast. Maybe you don't have a ton of coding experience, and that's totally fine. I'm here to show you how you can use modern tools to turn your ideas into working prototypes in just a few minutes. So, let's go ahead and see how you can bring your concepts to life, even if you're just starting out. Before we jump in, let's talk about what you're going to learn today. By the end of this session, you'll know about the different types of AI prototyping tools out there, how to figure out which one fits your needs, and how to actually build a prototype, whether you already have a design or you're starting from scratch. We'll also look at how to write effective prompts to guide these AI tools and even how to make some example data for your prototypes. So whether you're building a simple landing page or something a bit more complex, you'll have the skills to get started. Now let me walk you through the main types of AI prototyping tools you'll come across. First up, we have chatbots like ChatGPT or Claude. These can write code for you based on what you ask them. Then there are cloud development environments. Think of tools like Replit, Bolt, V0, and Lovable. These let you build and run apps right in your browser, and they often support both the front end and back end. Finally, there are local developer assistants like GitHub Copilot or Cursor, which work inside your code editor to help you write and manage code more easily. Each of these serves a different purpose, so it's good to know which one matches your project. Let's start with chatbots. These are really handy when you want to build something quick and simple, like a single-page app or a small component. For example, you could ask a chatbot to make a calculator using React, and it'll write the code for you. You'll just need to copy that code into your own environment to run it. Some chatbots, like Claude, even let you run code and share links, but you make changes by giving prompts. So, if you're looking to create something like a landing page, a to-do list, or a simple user interface element, chatbots are a great place to start. Now let's talk about cloud development environments. These tools are fantastic when you need to build something a bit more involved, like an app with several features or a backend. You can build and run your app entirely in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about setting up anything on your own computer. For example, V0 is great if you want your app to look really polished and handle both the front end and back end. Bolt is known for letting you prototype quickly and flexibly, even running server code right in your browser. Replit is perfect for building internal tools or apps that use data, and it supports both JavaScript and Python. Lovable is designed for production apps and connects with things like GitHub and Supabase, but just remember, you make code changes through prompts. So if your prototype needs to do more than just show a single page, these tools are your go-to. If you're comfortable with code or aiming to build something that's ready for production, local developer assistants are a powerful choice. These tools work right inside your code editor and with your code base. For example, GitHub Copilot can write code for you based on your prompts, and it's great for bigger projects. Cursor helps you troubleshoot and make specific changes, and it syncs with GitHub. Windsurf gives you suggestions for multiple lines and can even automate file changes, while Zed is a fast editor packed with features to help you get more done. So, if you want more control and are looking to build something robust, these assistants are designed for advanced users. Here's a quick cheat sheet to help you pick the right tool. If you want beautiful designs right away, try V0. For quick and flexible prototyping, Bolt is a solid choice. Replit is great for building internal or data-driven tools. If you need production apps with integrations, Lovable is your friend. Use chatbots for simple, single-page prototypes and local assistants if you're ready for production-level code and have some coding experience. Just think about what your project needs and choose the tool that fits best. Now let's walk through two common ways you might build your prototype. First, maybe you already have a design, like a Figma mockup, and you want to turn it into a working app. Second, you might be starting from scratch and want to use a design system to build your prototype. I'll show you what both of these workflows look like in practice, so you can pick the one that matches your situation. Let's say you have a Figma design ready to go. You can use a tool like Bolt to bring that design to life. All you need to do is upload a screenshot of your design, then use a prompt like, "Build a prototype to match this design." Match it exactly. If you want to add features, just give detailed prompts, like asking for a price filter or a slider. The tool will handle the rest, making it really easy to tweak and improve your prototype as you go. Here's an example of how you might prompt the tool to add a new feature. You could say, implement an inline price filter as a component of the search bar. It should appear next to add guests in its own section. When you select the input, a price filter pops up with minimum and maximum values. The background should be white and cover elements beneath it. Or, if you want a slider, you might say, can you add a price slider with a blue line and a black node? Sliding the node should change the minimum price. The more specific you are with your instructions, the better your results will be. If you don't have a design, that's totally fine. You can start from scratch using design systems like Tailwind or Shadi CNUI. For example, you might prompt Bolt with, create a comprehensive customer relationship management system. And if you want to add an AI-powered feature, just say, please implement a mock AI email writer accessible from the left navigation. These tools make it easy to build complex prototypes, even if you don't have a design file to start with. Let me show you some common use cases and prompt templates you can use. If you want to match a Figma design, you could say, build a prototype to match this design exactly. Use Tailwind CSS and match the styles, fonts, spacing, and colors. Just include a screenshot from Figma. For building a CRM, simply prompt, create a comprehensive CRM system. And to add AI features, you might say, implement a mock AI email writer accessible from the left navigation. These templates help you get started quickly and guide the AI to build what you need. Now let's talk about generating example data for your prototypes. This is especially helpful if you're building something like a customer management tool or want to show off filtering features. With Python, you can quickly create sample data that looks realistic, which makes your prototype feel much more complete and interactive. Let's start by importing the libraries we'll need for our project. So I am going to go ahead and bring in pandas as PD. Pandas is super helpful for working with data tables, kind of like spreadsheets in Python. Next, I'm importing NumPy as NP, which is great for generating random numbers and working with arrays. These two libraries are going to make it really easy for us to create and manage our example data. All right, now we're going to generate some example CRM data. Think of this as the pretend customer information we'll use for our project. Having this sample data will help us see how our prototype works with real-looking information. Let's go ahead and set the random seed to 0. What this does is make sure that every time you run the code, you get the same random numbers. This is super helpful because it means your results will be repeatable, and you'll see the same data every time you run your notebook. Now, I am going to create a variable called customer underline IDs. This will be an array of numbers from 1 to 10, so we'll have 10 unique customer IDs to work with. Each customer will have their own special ID, which is really useful for keeping track of them in our data. Next, let's make a list called names. I am going to use a list comprehension here to create names like customer 1, customer 2, all the way up to customer 10. This way, each customer ID gets matched with a name, making our data feel more realistic. Now let's create a list called emails. Again, I am using a list comprehension to make email addresses like customer1@example.com, customer2@example.com, and so on. Each customer gets their own email address, which matches up with their name and ID. Here, we're creating a variable called statuses. I am using NumPy's random choice to assign each customer a status, either active, inactive, or prospect. We're doing this for all 10 customers, so each one gets a status that we can use later for filtering or sorting. Now, let's create a variable called last underline contact. What I'm doing here is generating random dates by starting from June 1st, 2024, and subtracting a random number of days, anywhere from 1 to 59, for each customer. This gives us a realistic last contact date for everyone, which is something you'd often see in a real CRM system. All right, now we're putting all our pieces together. I am going to create a pandas data frame called CRM_DF, and we're filling it with our customer IDs, names, emails, statuses, and last contact dates. Think of this as building a table where each row is a customer and each column holds a different piece of information about them. We're just finishing up the data frame definition here, making sure all our columns, customer IDs, names, emails, statuses, and last contact dates are included. This step ties everything together so our data is organized and ready to use. Finally, let's print out our CRM_DEF data frame. This will show you the table of customer data we just created, so you can see all the information laid out clearly. It's a great way to check that everything looks right before moving on. To wrap up, here are some key things to remember for rapid prototyping with AI. Pick the tool that matches how complex your project is. Use clear and specific prompts to get the best results. Don't be afraid to make changes, add features, get feedback, and keep improving your prototype as you go. With these strategies, you'll be able to turn your ideas into interactive prototypes faster than ever. Thanks for joining me, and happy prototyping.